Alright everybody, hello and welcome back. As always, I'm Sean, this uneducated gamer playing Football Manager 2015. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. We are up to, where the hell are we up to? We're up to March, the end of March, so second last episode for Season 1. Maybe third last, I might do a bit of a season review or something like that. It's been a pretty sketchy month. The last time I saw you guys, we played Barnet in the second leg of our FA Trophy semi-final. We lost that game 2-1 and it turned out that was kind of a catalyst for a downturn in results for us. We beat Hemel Hempstead. They went 1-0 up in that game. Zane Banton, just a scrappy I think it was a direct free kick. The keeper saved but spilt, and 17 pace, 17 acceleration. He was just the first one to it. There's not really a lot you can do about that. He's the Walcott of this league, and he is actually the leading scorer for the entire division with 25 goals, I think it is. Daniel Roberts single-handedly dragged us back into this game, really. He was magnificent. Didn't get a whole lot of help from the rest of the team, but managed to get himself 2 goals from 2 very good finishes. Maybe a hint of offside about the second one, but I'll take it as a win. And he got his 7th, I think, Man of the Match award for the season. So he really dragged us out of one there. But then it's sort of turned the other way. We played Gosport, who, if you remember back, actually beat us the first time we played him as well. One of only 4 teams that beat us in the first half of the season. And they've turned around and done it again at our home ground. Matthew Patterson with a 5th-minute header from a pretty good deep cross. Managed to get in between 2 defenders and finish really well there. And then Adam Wild, direct from... What was it from? I think it was a set piece. I think it was a free kick or something like that. But it wasn't a great goal. So we went in 2-0 down at half-time. The team did respond pretty well in the second half. We had way more shots than they did. But again, just couldn't work them on target. Way more of the ball. So I guess at least we're keeping that well. Just need to fashion better chances for ourselves. And I guess maybe we might need to add some quality up front. In the off-season. Adam Birchall came off the bench and broke his goal drought by scoring a consolation goal in the 91st minute, but unfortunately wasn't to be in that game, a 2-1 defeat. In the next game, Sutton United, which is our rival in the division. It would have been nice to get this win for the fans. We did beat him the first time round, but unfortunately that wasn't the case this time out. 37th minute, Kevin Malaga got himself sent off for... He was on yellow, but he got a straight red card, it turned out, for a last-man tackle from behind. It wasn't a vicious challenge or anything. It was a foul, and the referee sent him straight off. Kind of disappointing one because the player wasn't going anywhere. He was running towards the corner, so it wasn't really a goal-scoring chance. But, you know, these things happen in football every now and then. Thankfully, we held on. Glenn Southam got a penalty after a Jack Holland mistake in the 41st minute. There was a cross or something that came in. Jack Holland went up, and I guess he gave away a foul when he went up for the header. So we went 1-0 down, but the team responded really well after that. We had a good amount of shots despite being down to 10 men. Despite having a man less, we actually had more possession than them. In the 62nd minute, I brought on 2 subs. Jordan Robertson and Mitch Pinnock came off for Dennis and Birchall, and Dennis was good enough to seize on a defensive error from the Sutton United backline and get that equalising goal. So I'm not too hard on them. We were actually pretty good in that game considering we had a man less for nearly an hour by the time it was all said and done. And that brings us up to this game, which was rescheduled. It was supposed to be a couple of days ago on the 27th, I think it was. The 28th it must have been, but now it's been rescheduled because of a waterlogged pitch. So it'll be the last game that we have in March. And I might as well record it. You guys can see it. We're playing Eastbourne Borough. They are the 21st team in the division. Of the games we've recorded so far, I haven't really had any massive blowout wins or anything like that. I'd really like to get one. Hopefully this can be it without putting too much pressure on it. Checking the game status, I'm still operating on those same 5 saves as the last episode. I've actually played through a couple of months without saving it today, which has been cool. Nice and fun to sort of slam through the games. I might try and push through and finish the season this evening and then upload it a little bit separate. But let's have a look at the team that we've put together for this game. Where are we? Tactics, that's the one. Obviously, Malaga's going to be out with that red card suspension. Louis Dennis hasn't really played that well, even though he's been starting the last few games. Anthony Cook is still unfortunately injured. Had a few players starting to get really upset. I put McNaughton, Ishmaeli and Rogers on the loan list. Nobody came up for them and the loan window has now closed. So they're very upset about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I put them on the loan list, no one came in for them. I don't know what they want me to do. I have actually offered new contracts to Danny Waldron and to Louis Dennis. They have both agreed to take pay cuts, which is cool. It would see them stay around the club for next season. Though, unfortunately, Adam Birchall and Paul Rogers won't enter into new contract negotiations. So it looks like they're both going to leave. And I may look to get rid of McNaughton Ishmaeli and Sojay as well. They're the players that are most unhappy with their playing times. So that would see 5 go out, and we can bring 5 players in on the free transfer market. There are a few players whose contracts are up at the end of the season, but we'll deal with that at the end of the year. Jordan Robertson, in the last couple of games, finally got his first assist for the season, despite playing over 30 games. Nearly 40 games, actually. So hopefully he's starting to do more of the team things. Hasn't scored in a couple of weeks, though, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure it's coming for him in the meantime. And you see here, we are still 6 points clear on top of the table, though we do have 2 games in hand on Ebbsfleet, who are in second, and a game on hand on Havant and Waterlooville behind them. And our goal difference is amazing. It's much better than everyone else's. Haven't been that great defensively, but we've outscored pretty much everyone. I'm going to say calmly, if we play our game, we'll win. You're all capable of that. Demotivated. He's just been so unprofessional in his reaction to things. I think there's a lot more to come. Okay, so that's turned him around. Like to get a big win here, and I'd like to get a clean sheet as well, just to kind of start March out off on the right foot. February wasn't the greatest month for us ever, but we only had 3 games in that month, so I guess maybe with a few extra fixtures we would have turned it around a little bit. Ball up the line now to Pinnock, comes back inside to Waldron, who has time, clears it directly into the midfielder, and it's fallen to Johnson. Square ball to Morgan, powers past 1, 2, and thankfully puts his shot just wide, but I think Brown got across to it well. 20 minutes in, we haven't gone 2-0 down, which was the last live stream we did with Barnett. Headed away by Evans there, but only as far as Anderson, who took the throw. Waldron square ball to Prestige. Back to Waldron again. Has time, plays it back to Holland. Long ball over the top. It's cut out well by the Eastbourne Borough defence. Headed back to Waldron in the middle. Finds Prestige feet. With Holland again. Prestige first time ball to Roberts. Skips past 1, has a strike, and Carey gets behind the ball and holds it well. That's the end of that highlight. First shot on target for us. A third shot of the game. Prestige with the corner in now. Haven't been quite as effective from corners as you hope. Pinnock with the strikes, finds Sojay, and it's gotten away by Simpemba. Now it's the Eastbourne Borough centre back. Anderson with the corner in now. Pinnock goes up back stick. Holland gets his header on target, but Carey holds the ball well. I don't think it had crossed the line. I think it was a good save. Beale with the throw in now to right. Somehow miraculously puts a ball in. And Brown, that's hit Brown and gone out for a corner. That one could have really gone anywhere. That would have been unfortunate. Beale with the corner in now. It's hit the deck. Morgan facing the wrong way. Looks to play a ball out to Beale, and thankfully that one goes out for a throw-in. So half an hour in, they've had their first shot. We've had 6, but only 2 on target. That's not really the return that you want to hope for from your team. Beale with a free kick now. Rapidly getting towards the halfway point of the game. Surely the second half can only get better. Assertively. Keep it up and the result will come. We'll just try and boost everyone's confidence. I'm just going to say Jordan Robertson. You have the ability to make a difference tonight. Let's see if he responds to that at all. Joe Anderson's picked up a knock as well, so I'm going to bring him off and bring Daniel Day on. I think that is an okay sub to make. Beale with a free kick now. He's put that one just over, but I feel like anything that gets on target is probably going to go in. Might bring on Dennis now. Doesn't look like Pinnock's having the best game. And Jordan Robertson hasn't really responded to the halftime team talk, so we'll bring on Dennis and Birchall. They were both excellent coming off the bench against Sutton, despite us being down 10 men, so give them an opportunity to see what they can do here. We have been the better side. We've just not fashioned the good enough chances, I don't think. And you think a home game, we should be able to get double figures as far as shots goes. Carey with the long ball forward. It's cut out well by Day. Dennis comes inside to Roberts, who just retains the ball incredibly well. He doesn't give a lot of it away when we see it in highlights and everything. Sojay with a good tackle and a good crossfield switch to Dennis. Cuts inside on his right, which is a worry. Roberts with a strike, but that one is pretty ugly looking. Into the last 10 minutes now. Beale with a free kick, and thankfully he puts that one over. All their chances have been from free kicks and set pieces. This is just rocketing towards the 90th minute mark. Sadie with the throw in now, finds Waldron with the strike, and that one's over the bar. 3 minutes added on. Are we going to lose? Are we going to draw at home with the worst team in the division? That's really going to piss me off. Ball in from Prestige. It finds Sojay's feet, and that's his first goal of the season, first goal for the club. Nothing pretty about it though. Prestige with the ball forward. It hits Sojay's feet, and actually it's a pretty good composed finish on his wrong foot. Good touch there, and maybe that's just a bit of luck that we needed. It's gone through a crowd and found its way to him. Carey with the long ball forward. The referee calls full time, and it's a 1-0 victory for us. against the worst team in the division. They're 21st in the league. They've conceded something. I'm going to tell everyone we were poor out there, because we were poor. To beat them 1-0 at home is ridiculous, considering some of the goals that we've put past teams. Prestige gets man of the match for his assist in that game. Sojay gets a goal. Finally, he's contributed something to the season, I guess. Where does that leave us? 35 games played, so 5 games to go in the last month of the season. 76 points, so we are still 9 points clear of the nearest team, though we do have a game in hand on them. I think one more point will beat the mark set by the real-life Bromley side this year. We'll have to wait and see if we actually get it. I think we should in 5 games. We should be able to get at least 1 point in that period. But pretty rough result there, to be honest with you. Not getting enough of our shots on target, especially against poor teams. We need to be patient and work for better chances. I think that might be the downside of having our advanced forwards set to shoot as soon as they get it. And same with the trequartista. I think they've got pretty much a free rein to do whatever they want. Having said that, though, they've scored over 35 goals between them. So, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you take the good with the bad with that one. Anyway, let's have a look at the competition stats. We're all about individual glory here, so let's have a look at the player stats and see where everyone's sitting. Jordan Robertson's been overtaken by everyone over the last few weeks. I might actually give Adam Birchall a start the next game out, because he hasn't scored in probably 6 or 7 weeks now, whereas Birchall has done pretty well with his chances off the bench. Banton ran away with it. He did stutter for a while there around the halfway point of the season, but now Ash and Jamie White are also finishing the season pretty strongly. Daniel Roberts leading the league in assists now with 12, also leading the league in average rating. He has been magnificent this season, very consistent. And given that he's done that, only scoring 13 goals or whatever it is, I think that's incredible. Adamola is second in the league for shots on target. Roberts is one off having the most player of the match awards. Bangura getting involved in the yellow card count, but I guess that comes with the role that he plays, that ball-winning midfielder. Sadu and Roberts both cover a tremendous amount of ground. I think Adamola is pretty close to this group as well. A very hard-working team that we've put together, which isn't something I've done deliberately, it's just the way it's worked out. And you can see here, Daniel Roberts' key passes, he has nearly twice as many as any other player near him in this list. Reece Prestige just squeezing his way into the top 5 there as well. What about team? Blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look at... What else is there for us to have a look at? Conference South. Are there any records that we might beat? What was the most goals in a season? 118. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that. No, 73. Jesus Christ. They must have absolutely pummeled everyone that year, and the points lead is like 103 or something like that. So we're not going to have a record-breaking season, but we are still in the box seat to get promoted in the automatic promotion places. Whether we can or not, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Should be the last episode of Season 1, or at worst case scenario, it'll be second last. I'll decide if I'm going to do a season review or something after that episode. As always though, I've been Sean, this is Uneducated Gamer playing Football Manager 2015. I hope you are enjoying the series so far. If you have any feedback, chuck it in the comment section below, and I look very much forward to seeing you again in the next episode. Thanks for watching.